Moving on, tensions continue to simmer in the Taiwan Strait. China's military has said that it has carried out combat drills around Taiwan. This is the second such exercise to take place in less than a month. The latest Chinese drills were focused on land strikes and sea assaults. Releasing a statement, the People's Liberation Army Eastern Theater Command said that its forces had organized joint combat readiness patrols and actual combat drills in the sea and airspace around Taiwan. The statement further said that the aim of the exercise was to test joint combat capability and resolutely counter the provocative actions of external forces in Taiwan independence, separatist forces. The Taiwanese Defense Ministry further reported that it had detected 57 Chinese aircrafts and 4 naval vessels operating around the island in the last 24 hours. The island's defense ministry further said that 28 Chinese aircrafts also flew into Taiwan's air defense zone by crossing the Taiwan Strait median line. China carried out similar exercises late last month as well, when Taiwan reported 43 Chinese aircraft crossing the Taiwan Strait's median line. Beijing, which has never renounced the use of force to bring Taipei under its control, staged war games near Taiwan in August last year, after former U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi visited the self-ruled island. Taiwan, meanwhile, has constantly rejected Beijing's sovereignty claims, asserting on how only the island's 23 million people can decide their future. Meanwhile, a delegation of German members of parliament have said that they are traveling to Taiwan ahead of an anticipated ministerial visit later this year. Lev Nachman, who is a professor at the National Cheng Chi University in Taiwan, is now joining us live to talk more about this latest development. Lev, welcome to WION.
Thank you for having me.
China says that the aim of the exercise is to test joint combat capabilities and also counter the provocative actions of external forces. What do they mean by that?
So this is an intimidation tactic that the PRC has been using for years now. Even though the quantity of the threats have become much more regular and the amount of planes that are being flown have increased, the idea of using military threats against Taiwan to try to coercively stop the Taiwanese government from taking specific actions or to try to sway Taiwanese voters to vote a certain way. The PRC has been doing this for years. But we've seen an increase in kind of the quantity and kind of the quality of these threats ever since Nancy Pelosi's visit.
Lev, let me ask you this. What will be the ramifications of crossing the Taiwan Strait median line?
Up until Nancy Pelosi's visit, median line crossing was very rare and infrequent. And it was something that was clearly meant to show Taiwan that it had done something that the PRC did not approve of. And ever since Pelosi's visit, the number of median line crossings has increased. Now, it's important to note that the median line is it's a social construct. We kind of invented the median line just to kind of be this halfway point between Taiwan and the PRC. There's no actual historic significance of this line. It's mostly just to kind of demarcate an in between Taiwan and the PRC. But it's symbolically a significant deal that it's being crossed so frequently now.
Lev, finally, China sees visitations by foreign countries to Taiwan as a sign of provocation. How are they likely to react to the German delegation touring the island?
So they're likely to have some sort of reaction, given that anytime there's a kind of new or a significant country that is visiting Taiwan with a delegation, the PRC has to express its dissatisfaction to some degree. But it's important to remember that these delegations are also not new. And that delegations have been visiting Taiwan with regularity, whether it's from the U.S. or any other European country, as part of the unofficial relations that most countries have with Taiwan. These are unofficial visits, unofficial delegations, but they're not new. And really what a lot of the people are wanting to know is how much of this new wave of delegations are in response to Nancy Pelosi's visit of, countries coming to support Taiwan versus how many of these delegations were actually pre-planned. And this is just a lot of delegations coming to Taiwan now that Taiwan's borders are reopened and COVID is starting to wind down here.
I've been talking to the professor at the National Cheng Chi University in Taiwan, Lev Nachman. Thank you very much for talking to WION today.
Thank you.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.